Hi guys, this is Cece Truth and welcome to my channel. I thank you guys for being faithful subscribers and just for your love and for your support and the messages that I've gotten on Instagram and even through YouTube and your comments. I really sincerely thank you. I want to get straight into this message, and the theme of this message is abandoned but not forgotten. Many times we feel abandoned by friends, family, and sometimes even God, but God is here today to tell you that you are not forgotten. I know life circumstances tell you that you are abandoned. Sometimes life circumstances show us a completely opposite perspective of what God is actually telling us. The verses I really want to talk about is Genesis chapter 16. I want to read verse 4 onward. Genesis chapter 16 verse 4 says, "He slept with Hagar and she conceived. When she knew she was pregnant, she began to despise her mistress. Then Sarah said to Abraham, 'You're responsible for the wrong I am suffering. I put my slave in your arms, and now that she knows she is pregnant, she despises me. May the Lord judge between you and me.' 'Your slave is in your hands,' Abraham said. 'Do with her whatever you think is best.' Then Sarah mistreated Hagar, so she fled from her. The angel of the Lord found Hagar near a spring in the desert. It was the spring that was beside the road of Shur. And he said, 'Hagar, slave of Sarai, where have you come from and where are you going?' 'I'm running away from my mistress, Sarah.' Her actual name is Sarai. Sarai, her name still has not been changed. And I'm just reading it as Sarah because it's a little bit easier to say. She answered. Then the angel of the Lord told her, 'Go back to your mistress and submit to her.'" Now, this story impacted me because I myself have felt like Hagar, running away from a circumstance that I couldn't control, or a circumstance where nothing was going in my favor, where I felt like everybody else around me had control and nobody was helping me. And maybe today you feel like nobody's there for you, and you feel that nobody wants to help you, and that you just, and nobody understands something that's meant to be a blessing in your life because she's pregnant. This is supposed to be a moment of blessing for her, a happy moment for her, and even so for everybody else around her. But this is a moment where Hagar feels that nobody's for her. And maybe right now you're going through a time where, yes, God is with you. Yes, God is blessing you physically, and financially, but you don't have support around you. And you feel like, well, what's going on? Like, nobody's positive, nobody's being positive or encouraging you. And today I tell you, in this moment of abandonment by people, God is telling you, you are not alone. Just like Hagar when she was out in the desert, the Lord knew where she was. The angel of the Lord knew where she was, but he asked her, "Where are you going and where are you coming from?" And I thought these words were so important because God knows your heart. God knows your pains. God understands everything you're going through and what you're running from. But God also wants us to have a different attitude towards these things. When there's things around us that we cannot control, God is like, you know what? You cannot, whatever your name is, what if your name is Sally or if your name is Sarah, whatever your name is, God is telling you, change your attitude towards the circumstance. You don't have control over everybody and how everybody's going to act. And it's funny because I remember I was at a point where I said, "God, why did you allow this to happen to me? Why?" I told God, I was like, "Why?" And God told me, "I can control circumstances, but I cannot control people and what they tell you. Now, I can control circumstances, but I cannot control what people tell you." God cannot control people. Yet we all have free will, and we have to understand that we can only allow what people say to affect us. And what God is saying is change your attitude towards the circumstance. Change your attitude towards the situation, and you will see the outcome you've been desiring. When Hagar is out in the desert, she's carrying a blessing within her stomach, but she's out in a dry place. And maybe in your life you feel like, I'm in a place where I have blessings, but I'm in a dry place. I don't have anybody there to help me. It's just me alone and nobody is here for me. And God is telling you, I am here for you, but I want you to take responsibility of your emotions. Take responsibility of your actions. You don't have to run away. I don't want you to run away. I want you to stand firm because you're not alone. God is telling you, you're not alone. Stand firm. Go back. You know, it wasn't exciting for her to hear the presence of the Lord tell her, go back. I mean, the angel of the Lord to tell her, go back. That's something very difficult. You know, that is something very difficult. So she goes back. And so God is telling you today, go back and change your attitude and your perspective. All that matters is that I am with you. I am covering you. The situation is difficult. And yes, you have nothing's in control. But remember, how people act towards you, that is not always a reflection of God. How people act towards you is not always a reflection of God. And this is why I believe us reading the word, us getting to know God is so important to be founded in the word of God so that you for yourself know who God is. You know what? Great example. They're like, you know what? You're never going to make it. You're never going to graduate. Is that really the voice of God? Is that really that negativity? Is that really the voice of God? No, it's not. So you cannot control their attitudes, but you can control yours and say, you know what? Like my best friend tells me, garbage in, garbage out. You literally throw away those comments and you press forward. I know you guys could do it. I know you can do it. I know you can decide consciously today to change your attitude towards those around you, how you're going to react. So what I mean by attitude, and changing your attitude does not mean that they are right. In no way, shape, or form does it mean that they are right. How they treat you doesn't mean that it's right. But what it means is that you can consciously be strong. You're stronger than what you think. You're not a weak person. You made it through so much. You can make it through this. And I just want to really encourage you today because I know you can do it. If there's nobody believes in you, guess what? I believe in you. I believe in you. I genuinely believe in you because sometimes I know what it's like to be on the floor. I know what it's like to really struggle and to be like, God, well, who are you now? Because all these people, they're saying all these things and you told me one thing and I feel blessed, but now look what's going on. God is with you through this and God is giving you the strength today for you to move forward. Change your attitude towards your circumstance. Decide what you're going to believe and who you're going to believe. Sometimes it's so easy for us to believe negativity and all the negative voices of the enemy. And sometimes it's very hard for us to believe the truth of God. The verse I would love to read to you today. It is Isaiah chapter 49, verse 15. It says, "Can a mother forget the baby at her breast and have no compassion on the child she has born? Though she may forget, I will not forget you. See, I have engraved you on the palms of my hands. Your walls are ever before me." The reason why I believe this verse to be so important is because of the fact that Jesus Christ died on the cross for us. And when he decided to die, he knew our struggles, our situations, everything that we would ever go through. But at the end of the day, what this is telling us is that he will never forget us. He asked, can a mother forget a baby at her womb or at her breast? And this really impacted me because, yes, the reason why he's asking is because it's possible. A family member, a friend, they can leave you, they can abandon you, and they can even forget you. But at the end of the day, God will never forget you. I pray that this message was a blessing to your life, and I pray that you can continue moving forward. I pray that you can continue getting up and, you know, whatever's on your heart, I'll pray for you guys. Whatever's on your heart, you guys can just comment below. I am here for each and every one of you guys. I will leave my Instagram link on the bottom. And also, click the bell if you guys want to just hear every time I come out with like a little, you know, devotional message type thing. You know, you guys could be updated. I really love each and every one of you guys, and I pray that this was helpful. I'll see you guys next time. Bye.